So today you're going to need a size H or 5mm hook, and the yarn that I'm using is by Karud Simply Soft, and it is in the color Bone. And I'm also going to be using the color Strawberry. The strawberry color is also by Karud Simply Soft, and that will be used for the flowers later on. So now we're going to start by chaining 70 stitches. So here is my chain of 70 stitches, and this will reach from the back of my rib cage on the right to the other side across the front of my body to the other side of my rib cage. So here I'm starting the mesh row, and I'm starting by chaining 2 and then making a double crochet in that first stitch. Now I chained another 2, skipped the next chain, and then double crocheted into the second one. And now again I'm going to chain 2 and then skip a stitch and then double crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat this all the way across until you reach the end. So this is the mesh row that I made. So now you're going to chain 1 and you will single crochet across the entire row until you reach the end, and you're going to repeat this 2 more times to have a total of 3 rows of single crochet. And make sure that you have 70 stitches across when you're doing the single crochets. So you will single crochet into the mesh stitch, and then you will do another single crochet into the top of the double crochet. At the end, you're going to chain 1 and repeat the process. So this is my 3 rows of single crochet. So now I'm going to flip my work over, and I decided that I wanted another row across the bottom under the mesh just to give it a little bit more length. So this isn't the conventional way of doing it, but I'm going to just chain 1 and then single crochet around 4 or so rows, and then I'm going to single crochet across the bottom. And then I will come up the other side and chain 1. So this is how your work should look now, and now you should fold it in half to mark the midpoint, which you can mark with a paper clip or just a scrap piece of yarn like I'm going to do. Okay, so I have marked the center of my work, and I have a chain 1 on the end, and I'm going to single crochet across until the stitch right before the middle stitch that I marked off. Okay, so now I have marked 24 stitches out from the midpoint of my top, and these 24 stitches are the size A cup. So I'm just going to chain 1 and then single crochet across, and I will crochet into this marker that I placed. Once you reach the marker, you're going to chain 1 and then single crochet back across to the midpoint. Now you're going to place 2 markers 7 stitches in from either side of the work. In these stitches, you're going to single crochet 2, and then on all the other spaces, you will just single crochet normally. And then you will chain 1 at the end, and then repeat again. So I finished those 2 rows of the additional single crochets, and now you're going to place a marker in the middle of your work. So you will chain 1 at the end, and then you will single crochet to that point, and at the marker point right here, you're going to single crochet 2 together, and then you're going to mark that spot again for the next row. So here I'm just going to show you how I do it. So I'm pulling out the marker, and I'm going to just wrap my yarn. So I'm going to go through the stitch, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. And in that stitch that I just made, I'm going to place the marker again. And always remember to place the marker, because it will get kind of confusing once you flip your work, because this stitch isn't the same amount of stitches away from the end as it just was on the other side. So now I'm just going to single crochet across like I normally do, and then I will chain 1 at the end and repeat this process until you have 4 single crochets or 4 chains left on your work. Okay, so here are those 4 single crochets left, and I'm not going to chain 1. I am going to decrease the first 2 stitches, so I will put my hook through the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through all 3 stitches. And then you're going to just chain 90 stitches, and these will be the straps that go across your back. And there will be kind of like a bra strap situation, but I will show you how to do that a little bit later. So yeah, you're going to chain those 90 and then you're going to chain 1 and single crochet across the chain. So once you single crochet back on the 90 stitches, you're going to just go into the last 2 stitches of those 4, or those actually 3 left, and you're going to decrease 1, and then you're going to tie off your work. So here's that 1 cup and adjustment strap all finished. And now you're going to start the other side just like how we started the first one. You're going to start by you're going to start at the end and then single crochet all the way to that midpoint without crocheting into the midpoint. And then you will chain 1, flip your work, and place that marker in the 24th or whatever stitch for your cup size. So that's me right now. I'm just placing my marker in. And yeah, you're just going to repeat whatever you did on the other cup to this second cup. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the little sakura blossoms or the cherry blossoms. So you're going to start with the other color of your work. So I'm using strawberry and I'm chaining 3, yarn over, and then place your hook in the very first stitch and you're going to do a double crochet. The hook that I'm using, by the way, is a 2.75 hook. Okay, now you're going to chain 2. You're going to yarn over, go back into that hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, place your hook back into the hole that you were previously in, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then chain 2. And you're going to repeat this process until you have 5 loops of the chain 2 or 5 repeats of the chain 2. And this will be the inner petals of your cherry blossom. Okay, so here you have the inner little flower petals of your cherry blossom. So now you're going to start double crocheting 5 into each of these 5 chain 2 sections. You're not going to chain 1 at the beginning. So you're just going to do the 5 double crochets, and then you will do 1 half double crochet, and then you're going to just slip stitch into the next chain. Then you will chain 1 and then repeat that process over. So here's just a sped up version of what I was just showing you, and you can see the whole process being finished. And also for this part, you're going to make 8 flowers, or however many flowers that you want, to cover the V shape of your bikini top. Okay, and this is just a sped up version of me sewing them onto my bikini top. So I'm just kind of slipping it through the back end of the flower so that the working, I guess, string that I'm using to sew it will be in the middle. And it's just kind of like you have to play with it, see where it looks best, and I guess pin it on if you need to. But I just kind of went in and out of the circle in the middle, and then all those little flower petal chain twos that we did. But literally each flower that was sewn on, I sewed it on in a different way. So it doesn't really matter as long as you can't really tell all the strings are there. And always remember to fasten off your work in the back securely so that none of the little flowers fall off or anything. So this is what the final top looks like. I think it came out really nice. Um, Also for the chain that I did that goes in, that is woven in between the mesh stitch and then tied in the front, I basically just single crocheted with the smaller needle, the 2.75 millimeter needle, until it was 3 times the length of the 70 original stitches. And then I wove it through the back first, and then I crisscrossed it like a shoelace, and then on the bottom, when I wove that through, I just wove it through kind of asymmetrical through the front mesh stitches so that you can tie it on the side in a bow. Yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this video, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and if any of you guys decide to recreate this look, be sure to tag me on Instagram or write a comment below and let me know that you tried it out. If you have any questions, of course, let me know below as well. I can help you out with any questions you have on this tutorial. But definitely take a picture and tag me in it on Instagram. I'll link that below as well. And I hope you guys, again, enjoy, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see more of these crochet DIYs in the future. And if you guys have any suggestions, by all means leave a comment below. Let me know whatever you want to see. I will make sure that I will make it in the future for you, or it can be the next video. And thank you guys once again so much for watching, and be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment below. Bye everyone!